we just got done with Vince Colonnese, who you will hear at 11 o'clock this morning on KCMO. And one of the underlying themes continues to be the growth of the gender gap that you saw last night. Now, we've talked a lot about it over the last year. That is, men continuing to lean to the right and women continuing to lean to the left. And then when you go into the subgroups of that, women who are unmarried without kids, I mean, forget it. It's like 95-5. I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. So that shift is real. And you saw it again last night in the New Jersey governor's race. Look at this. Men voted for the Republican candidate. The guy's name is Jack Ciattarelli by 6 points. The women in New Jersey voted for the Democrat candidate, Mikey Sherrill, by 21 points. 21. This race is even crazier. Down in Virginia, that attorney general race that got a lot of attention because you had this guy, Jay Jones, who is the Democrat, who sent text messages to people. Of course, those were uncovered in the last few months, saying that he was basically accepting of his Republican opponent's kids ending up dying. He ends up winning by 6.5 points. And according to some exit polling, this guy, Jay Jones, won women by 12 points. He lost men by 18. He won women by 12. You would think that any mother would be just totally aghast by what somebody like Jay Jones put in a text message where he talked about the death of his opponents, including their children. But apparently we are so hyper-partisan now that, you know what? It's somewhat acceptable. Or you can excuse it because, well, you got to hang with the party. You got to stick with the tribe. And for people who claim that, Trump voters are blinded by Donald Trump's MAGA movement and they will never stray from anything Trump says or does, there's actually evidence to suggest that Republicans are far more likely than Democrats to turn on their own. North Carolina is a prime example last year. North Carolina voted for Trump by 3 points, but the Republican gubernatorial candidate last year in North Carolina lost by 15. It was this guy, Mark Robinson. He was a black pastor who was uncovered as having racist and sexual messages to people, and he got blown out. He was the Republican. So that means Republican voters voted for Trump in North Carolina, but they said no to Mark Robinson. Democrat voters had a chance to vote for the Democrat governor, but then turn their back on the crazy attorney general who was talking about death of his opponents and kids, especially in the wake of the Charlie Kirk situation. And they couldn't do it, and it wasn't even close. It's wild. Paul in Overland Park, you're first up. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Pete. Hopefully I'll add some color to it. You gave out the numbers of the spread men to women. One other piece of comment is that these local, regional, off-year elections, none of the men showed up to vote. You saw it in Johnson County with the school boards and all the elections. I heard the rumor was 60-40, and it's probably very similar to what's going on in Virginia, New York, and New Jersey.
Yeah, I have not seen the numbers locally on the gender gap in Johnson County, but you're right. I mean, the Democrats and those who align with the Democrats in Johnson County last night, I mean, they basically had sweeps all over the place in school boards. Blue Valley, the one guy who voted to try to save Barb Hart's job in Blue Valley, Jim McMullen, he lost like 60-40 last night, Paul, so it was ugly across the board.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the issue is all the men get all jacked up for the president and the Senate and all that, but yet the damage is done in these odd years, and we've got to stop that. We've got to get better organized and across the local and national on these national fronts.
I'm totally with you. I totally agree with you. And if you are a parent, if you're a father in particular, you got to show up to these races. I mean, Kate and I were talking about it yesterday. We went to vote in the afternoon, and she's, and this is why I love her, one of the many reasons. Like, this stuff, she's into the news and into the politics and stuff, but like, she's not obviously at my level. She doesn't need to be. And she has, different things and other interests. So we're talking about it, and we're going through some of the candidates together. And, even for me, I'm kind of learning this crash course in the last couple of weeks, like all of us are. And I said, hey, we've got kids in schools, and this is about property taxes and things of that nature. I mean, this is so local. It matters to all the things we talk about on this show during election cycles or not. And that's what's at stake in these local races. And people just kind of say, and they shrug at it. And that's a darn shame.